Alright, YouTube, I'm going to be talking to you today about LaVeyan Satanism. LaVeyan Satanism, and I'm going to put up some notes to substantiate my claims. Well, I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna pull out my iPod and start talking about it. Now, it's not that necessarily I believe that it's a good religion to follow. It's just that I'm saying this for criticism reasons only, for all of you to criticize and give me your hate comments. I don't care, I just want to hear your feedback about what you think this new religion is and whether or not it's really forthcoming or if it's downcoming. Instead of looking up LaVeyan Satanism, first let's look up the first thing that we should look up. Theistic Satanism. Theistic Satanism, also known as traditional Satanism or spiritual Satanism, is the belief that Satan is a supernatural being or force that individuals will and supplicate to, and represents loosely affiliated or independent groups and cabals which hold such a belief. Another characteristic of theistic Satanism include the use of ceremonial magic. Unlike LaVeyan Satanism, as founded by Anton LaVey in the 1960s, theistic Satanism is theistic, as opposed to atheistic, believing that Satan, Hebrew, Satan, the accuser, is a real entity rather than an archetype. But really what I should be talking to you today about is actually Wiccanism. Since I really detest that part of religion, I'm going to go to Wiccanism. Wicca, English pronunciation Wicca, is a modern pagan witchcraft religion. It was developed in England during the first half of the 20th century and was introduced to the public in 1954 by Gerald Gardner, a retired British civil servant. It draws upon a diverse set of ancient pagan and 20th century hermetic motifs for its theological structure and ritual practice. The word witch derives from Middle English witch, Wicca, Old English Wicca, feminine witch, and Wicca, masculine wizard. Wicca is a diverse religion with no central authority or figure defining it. It is divided into various lineages and denominations, referred to as traditions, each with its own organizational structure and level of centralization. Due to its decentralized nature, there is some disagreement over what actually constitutes Wicca. Some traditions, actually this makes me go to another point. I want to actually research for you guys eclectic Wicca. More like eclectic Wiccan beliefs. Universal eclectic Wicca. Universal Eclectic Wicca is one of a number of distinctly American Wiccan traditions which developed following the introduction of Gardnerian and Alexandrian Wicca to the United States in the early 1960s. Its corporate body is the Church of Universal Eclectic Wicca, which is incorporated and based in Great Falls, Virginia. It is particularly noted for its early internet teaching coven, the Coven of the Far-Flung Net, and for its inclusive approach to solitary as well as coven-based practitioners. Core beliefs. Universal Eclectic Wicca allows for diversity of interpretations of Wiccan practice and belief, provided that a core set of ethical values are observed. These are commonly referred to as the 5 points of Wiccan belief and the affirmation of acknowledgement. The 5 points of Wiccan belief are the Wiccan Rede and the Law of Return, which I am going to go to because I would like to read that. The Rule of Three, and the Law of the Return is religious held by pagans and Wiccans. Energy of a person put into the world, be positive or negative, will be returned to that person 3 times. Now, I'm actually going to go to Hinduism, because Hinduism and karma. Notice how when I talked about Satanism that it was only a stepping stone? That's right. It's only a stepping stone. It's not meant to stay there. You can move on to other religions if you want to. You don't have to stay in a dark place. That's my message to you. You can bring yourself to the light of Christ and stuff like that. Karma is a concept in Hinduism which explains causality through a system where beneficial effects are derived from past beneficial actions and harmful effects from past harmful actions, creating a system of actions and reactions throughout a soul's reincarnated lives, forming a cycle of rebirth. Heart of Hinduism, the law of karma. The law of karma underpins the process of transmigration of the soul. Karma literally means action, but more often refers to the accumulated reactions to activities. Thus we talk of good karma and bad karma, which are stored reactions that gradually unfold to determine our unique destiny. Anyway, this is all I wanted to say for this part.